Nice. Good morning. It is Friday, June 27th. Pretty early in the morning, and we're going to play the puzzles together. Got some New York Times games coming at you. So I just dropped my two kids off at their respective things. My son at cross country and my daughter at her final driving test for this driver's ed class that she's in. Now, if you were here yesterday, you remember me saying, "Oh yeah, after this live stream, she's going to go over there." So, connections got crossed, wires got mixed up somehow, and instead of a 10:30 appointment, surprise, she was an hour and a half late for a 9 o'clock appointment. And so when we got there, she was like devastated because she's like super ready for this test, and then come to find out it was actually at 9 o'clock, so she missed it, and we had it, that it was 10:30. So anyway, the coach was, he was understanding about the whole situation, and he said, "All right, how about we just do it tomorrow? The only time I have is like early in the morning. Can you come at like 7:30 in the morning?" I was like, "Yeah, heck yeah, we can do 7:30. So at 7:20 in the morning, we showed up. Even before, it was funny. I saw him as he was pulling into the parking lot. I'm driving out of the parking lot, and I was like, "All right, good first impression that we were there first, right?" So anyway, she's there, probably driving right now, I bet. The last couple days, during the night or during the early evening or sometimes in the afternoon, we'll just do drives. We'll just kind of drive around the neighborhood. It's this funny, I would call myself a very good driver, a very experienced driver. But to have somebody that doesn't have hardly any experience and you put them behind the wheel, it's a terrifying moment. It's a kind of one of those trust building exercises. I'm like, okay, you get to try our 1-ton machine, go try it out and hope you don't crash into anybody with your missile. It takes quite a bit of patience, loving guidance, and a lot of butt clenching. So she's gonna do great, though, honestly. It was funny. I was dropping my son off for cross country, and there must have been a new driver pulling into the parking lot, and she bumped over the curb, and I was like, okay, my daughter has never bumped over the curb. I think we're okay. Like, okay, if she's doing what she's doing, there were a couple times she went way too quick around a turn, and I'm like, no, honey, you have to slow down and then power through the turn. She was like, oh, okay, and then she did it fine the rest of the time. It's just those kind of learning moments, and before you learn those skills, it's kind of harrowing to be that parent. The driver's ed cars have a second brake pedal in the passenger seat. If something bad goes wrong, then the coach can hit the brake pedal. My car does not have that. My car has hopes and prayers. So, oh, golly. Hey, Callie, good morning. I see this new... Oh, that's cool. You're my top fan. 25 XP. Are they gamifying live streaming? Is that what they're doing? It says right there, top fans. You're my top fan. Ranger, how you doing? Yeah, of course I read comments. Ranger, come on. You know me better than that. All right. Well, enough about me and my harrowing experiences with driver's ed. By the way, my daughter's taking her driver's ed test right now. Not her driver's license test. That comes in a few months. But the actual test to pass the class. She's in the car right now as we speak, so it's kind of cool. Oh, man. All right, well, let's dive in. Connections. Nice. All right, so in the connections puzzle today, we're creating 4 groups of 4. I see count, harp, bird, wings, chic, grouch, Okay, blues. I think I see something. Marks, monster, robe, chemical, current, blood, fresh, halo, and happening. Okay, maybe I don't see something. I see Harpo, Marks, and then like Oscar the Grouch, Harpo. Maybe I'm up in the night about that one. Something that's current, something that's chic, something that's happening. Oh, and it's fresh. En vogue, in fashion. Actually, en vogue means in fashion. That's so funny. I said it as it came up. En vogue. Okay. So, what else? Count. These are like titles in Sesame Street people, right? There's, the Count, Oscar the Grouch, Cookie Monster, and Big Bird. Okay, Sesame Street figures. Yeah, we got Big Bird, the Count. Can you think of any vampires? Well, there's that one in Sesame Street. Oh, he doesn't count. Oh, I assure you he does. That's one of my favorite Sesame Street jokes. What am I playing? Oh, we are playing Connections. Maybe I should have explained. So we're playing Connections. We're grouping these 4 words together. At first, they're just scattered, and you're like, what the heck does this mean? And then you start making sense of it. Like, these ones are grouped together because they're words that mean in fashion, chic, current, fresh, and happening. The blue category here was Sesame Street figures, right? Big Bird, the Count, Grouch, right? Oscar the Grouch, and Cookie Monster. And they are in color order, too. So the yellow category is the most straightforward. Green category is a little less straightforward, but still pretty easy to get. Blue category is a little more tricky, and then purple, they say, is the most tricky. And most of the time I end up, getting them in whatever random color order. It's not, you don't have to get it in color order. It's just however it pops up. A lot of times I will get, the 2 middle ones, and then I have like a super easy one that should be staring me in the face, and then a real hard one. For some reason, those... they just don't speak to me sometimes. Okay, so halo and wings. Oh, yeah, a harp and a robe, right? What an angel, stereotypical angel might wear. Parts of an angel costume. Halo, harp, robe, and wings. Okay. Oh, actually, I do know this one. Okay, so the Chemical Brothers, the Blues Brothers, the Marx Brothers, and the Blood Brothers. Yeah, these are music groups with brothers in them. I have an album of the Chemical Brothers. It's like a 90s EDM kind of sound. Blood Brothers, I think, is a rap. Blues Brothers, of course, is, if they made a movie about it. Blues Brothers. And then Marx, I'm not sure about the Marx Brothers. I don't know about that one. If you listen to any of this music, let me know. I like my vampires when they're attractive dudes like Robert Pattinson. I think he's typecast himself. I mean, he's really kind of broken the mold, with the Lighthouse one and all that. But I still can't see Robert Pattinson as anything else except a handsome vampire. I just can't see it. All right. Well, today in the Connections, the 4 groups were first the yellow, in fashion. Things that are en vogue, they're chic, they're current, they're fresh, they're happening. The blue category was Sesame Street figures. The Big Bird, the Count, Oscar the Grouch, and Cookie Monster. That's funny. Some of those, it's like, what is a grouch? Tell me what a grouch is. Is that his species? Is that his attitude? I don't know about that. The green category, right? A little more straightforward. Parts of an angel costume, right? There's the stereotypical halo, the harp, the robe, the wings. And then the purple category right there, blank brothers. Sometimes the purple category is a fill in the blank. And today was Blood Brothers, Blues Brothers, Chemical Brothers, and the Marx Brothers. I saw Grouch, and I thought Groucho Marx. That's funny. Okay. And then today in the puzzle of the mini crossword. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so let's dive in. Beach trees. Maybe palm. Palm trees, palms. Beach view. This could be shore, coast. I don't know. We might change that. Looking at the down ones, MR. I don't think so. What if it was, what else did I say? Coast? Even less. All right. We'll come back to it. It's one of those words, I bet. Beach keepsake. You might keep a shell. Removed as or driftwood. Oh, my mom has a collection of driftwood. Different beaches she's been to, that we've been to. We've gone on all kinds of adventures together. Removed as wrapping paper. Maybe tore, like tore open. It's a past tense word, so it's not opened. That would be too long. I'm going to say tore. That could be totally wrong. What miso paste is made from, that is from soy, fermented soy. Feed fillers. Feed fillers. I wonder if I have one of these wrong. I don't know. We'll come back. Sound before a blessing. Oh my gosh. Achoo. That's so funny. Achoo. Because you sneezed. Bless you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so maybe they are correct. Cautious. Oh yeah, cautious. Leery. Like sea horses that give birth. Those are the males. Isn't that weird? The males keep the eggs. They incubate the eggs in their little like kangaroo pouch. Show for Sarah Silverman and Sarah Sherman for short. Oh, Saul. Better Call Saul. Right? Oh, Saturday Night Live. SNL. Love it. Okay, beach view. Ocean. Okay, that was a very doable puzzle. Very, very doable. All right, we did have to go and kind of revisit some of them, but that's okay. Beach trees, palms, beach view, ocean, beach keepsake. You walk home with a shell. I love that. Removed as wrapping paper, tore. Okay, so I was correct on that one. I wondered if I would have to come back and change that, but I didn't. Okay, and then 9 across. What miso paste is made from? That is fermented soy, just like tofu, but it's like fermented. Feed fillers. Posts. Posts. Feed fillers. Help me out there. What does that mean? Feed fillers? Posts. Maybe you would put like horse feed against a post. I don't know what they mean by that. Sound before a blessing. Someone sneezes and they say, bless you. Achoo. It's funny. Cautious. Leery. Someone that's cautious is leery about something. Like seahorses that give birth, the males are the ones that give birth. They keep their little pouch full of eggs. Show for Sarah Silverman and Sarah Sherman for short. Saturday Night Live. SNL. Nice. All right. You know my goofy kind of personal rule is I'm not going to be looking at the chat in case somebody blurts out the answer. Yesterday we got it on the 5th. You guys made it sound like I might not get it. I have not gotten it, so I'm doing okay. I thought of a funny word yesterday that I could open with, but I forget what it was. I should write down these things. I keep a little notepad on the side of my computer here just for that reason, but not when I'm in the car or when I'm out or something. I'll have to keep a sticky note in my phone or something. What if we... Hey, you know what? What if we started with phone? No way. Okay, it's a P word, and there's an N somewhere. What's ligma? It's a non-intersecting word. It is. It would be if it was a real word. Oh, great word. How about fruit? Fruit. A lot of you have a fruit on the front of your phone, or on the back of your phone, I should say. So that gave us an I in the correct place even. So far we've got P, blank, blank, I, blank. And the N has to go somewhere. There's no... Well, there are PN words, but not in this case, I don't think. Oh, there's a naughty... Okay, the E is gone. I was just going to say, holy cow, that's... Oh, sad. Yeah, that is a non-intersecting word. It would use up all of our letters, too. All of our vowels. Let's try sadly. Okay, there's an A. Oh, wow. There's an A and an L. Okay. So, oh, wait a minute. I see one. Okay, P-L-A-I-N. Right? Because the A can go there. The N, the I we know is right there. The N could go at the end. And the L, let's try it. Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, look at our wins. 100. This is our streak. That's cool. 137. I lost my streak. What was I doing? Were we camping or something? I missed a day. I forget why I missed a day, but it ended up not happening that day. I forget why, but we missed a day. But now look at this. 137 days later, and we're doing great. We usually get it on the 4th because of this non-intersecting word idea. And I think it works to our advantage. If you're on social media, your social media feeds are filled with posts. No way. Feed fillers. Posts. How did I miss that? This is not about feeding. I thought feeding livestock. No. Feed fillers. Posts. Posts. Yeah. Right? Your Instagram reels. Your shorts feed. Oh my gosh. How did I miss that? Yeah, Callie, you got it. You absolutely nailed it on the head. I don't know how I missed that. What we didn't miss is this one right here. Our good old friend, the Wordle. So I remember I was just talking about it. Like, I don't have a go-to word every time. It's just whatever pops into my head. And I was just saying something about my phone. What was I saying about my phone? Something like prompted me. I was like, oh, that's a 5-letter word. I'll put that in. And so I started with the P, or phone, and it gave me the P, and then the N somewhere. And then a non-intersecting word with that would be fruit, and that gave us an I. And then sadly is another word that doesn't intersect with those first two, and that gave us the A and the L. So we got all 5 letters. And then mixing those around, P goes at the front, and then I near the end, and it was plain. Nice. Okay, and as we wait for Strands to open, hopefully you've gotten to play the Strands in your life. It's a great game. Strands, think of it almost like a word search. Here's all the letters. Ta-da. Okay. Except they don't give you the letters. We have to go find the letters, right? We have to go find what the words are. In honor of this, maybe you should start an Instagram tomorrow. Say those are good letters. Start with Insta. Is Insta a playable word, though? I don't know. Okay, playing dirty. So this could be about, like, cheating in a card game. I wonder if it's not as literal as that. I wonder if it's actually just, like, playing in the dirt. Oh my gosh, wait, maybe it is. Because look. Shovel. Yep. That's exactly what it is. Playing in the sand, in the sandbox. So what else would there be, right? Bucket. Bucket. There we go. Oh, funnel. Oh, it'd be fun to play with a funnel. What other... So bucket, I was going to say pail too, P-A-I-L, but because we said right here bucket, I bet it's not. I see sandbox. Oh, wait, I see the full spangram. Now that I've hit it, sandbox toys. There it is. Sandbox toys. My kids have a great little sandbox in the backyard. Mold. Yeah, you might make like a brick mold or a seashell mold or something. Yeah. Oh, you bet. You're playing in the sand, you're going to bring your truck. I had the best truck when I was a kid. I don't know where that truck is right now. It might be at the bottom of the landfill. But maybe it's at my dad's house and on the other side of the country. But I had a monster truck, like a model size truck, but it was all metal. And I put that thing on a string, and I'd make these ramps out of sand, and I'd go ripping down, and then let the truck just go flying. Oh man, I loved that. What else is here? There's 2 more words. Fear. What is this? Oh, a rake? Yeah, I could see that. A rake. Oh, and a sifter. Yeah, sifter. That makes more sense than a fister. Sifter. That was a little dyslexic moment there. Okay, playing dirty. I thought this was about like cheating at cards or something. No, it's playing in the dirt, right? Toys you'd have in the sandbox. I love that. You'd have a shovel, a funnel, a bucket, sifter, right? See if there's any debris in there. You get the sifter out. A rake, truck. Yeah, play with trucks. And then a mold. You can make shapes with a mold. That's some of my core memories. Even my kids, playing with my kids in our sandbox, make little villages and rocks for people and stuff. You build these little huts out of sand. Oh, I love that. Playing in the sandbox is like, that's core memories right there. That's also a way you develop your immune system too. So if you haven't played in a sandbox as a kid, right, you never had a sandbox, you may have missed out on a lot of really good immunity boosting. Okay. And then we'll dive in and play Letterboxd. Beautiful. Okay. So if you've never played Letterboxd before, we are connecting letters. We have to span across to connect letters together. I think I see one already. Oh, the ID. Okay, never mind. I thought I said the word mermaid. M-E-R-M-A-I-D, but ID is on the same side. We can't do 2 that are on the same side, one after the other. Today we have to do it in 4 words. Four words. Every time you played in the sandbox, you got sick. I think that's kind of the point, right? It's like you want to build your immunity over time. Okay, so in the letterbox, I see I, R, and D. So we can't play like bird or something because it's all on the same side. There are lots of RD words. H, T, and P. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we have to play, maybe CH. TC. We could play TCH words. TCH. Yeah, we could do that. A, C, and G, L, E, and M. Okay, so the first word I saw was mermaid, but that doesn't work because A-I-D. I-D doesn't work. And I could play merman, but there's no N. Mermail. Let's try to get this TCH working. You know, like how about matched? Ooh, great word. We can play ED. That's cool. Maybe we'll come back to that ED more. Matched. So, what else do we play? Now that we're on the D. I was going to play damage, but AG is on the same side. There's no I. We could play darling, but the N doesn't work. There's no N. What about, instead of matched, could we play matcher? Matcher is a word. Okay. Redapple. Oh, if there was an N, we could play ing for anything. Oh, we could play Ligma in this one too. Oh gosh. I gotta quit doing that. Reclip? What do you mean reclip is not a word? Some of my RE words are like being rejected. I don't know about this. Okay. I don't know about that. You know what we could do is we could do... Oh, we can't do rematch. I was going to do rematch, but RE and then the E and M are on the same side. Do you guys see anything? What could work here? Reclaim. Oh, claim, yeah. And then we can't do ED because the M and the E are on the same side. Reclaim. That's a great word. And we play matched with a D on the end. Dap is a word. And how about just pig? Pig. War pigs. I don't know. Yeah. That was cool. Reclaim. Good word to start off with. Reclaim. The M led to match to that word that I came up with. And then D for dap. And then the P led us to pig. And we used up all those letters. I know dap. What does dap mean? I know it's a word. Dap. Fish by letting the fly bob lightly on the water without letting the line touch the water. Dap. To just have it like dance on the top, on the surface. Or there's the slang word to dap, right? Dap someone up. Or it stands for delivery at place. To knock your fist against someone else's fist as a greeting. Thank you, Cambridge Dictionary, saying that in the most dry way possible. Dap someone up. Good. Well, if you like what you see, give it a like. Consider subscribing. Let's recap. Connections puzzle today. We did this not quite in color order, not even close to color order, actually. We did, well, I guess so. We did the first one first and the last one last, but the two in the middle we got switched. A lot of times I'll do the two like middle ones first and then the most obvious one and the least obvious one last. And for some reason, neither of them are obvious to me. Okay, so in the connections puzzle, we got the yellow first, in fashion, right? Things that are en vogue, chic, current, fresh, or happening. Sesame Street figures are the blue category, right? It's got bird for big bird, count for the count, Grouch for Oscar the Grouch. I don't know, is that his species or how does this work? Monster for Cookie Monster. So you guys know we're fostering this dog, right? And he came with this bed that's pretty mangled. It was pretty not great. And he got this real bad anxiety, right? I mean, he was a shelter animal. He's got this whole history. And when we'd leave him in the kennel for a long time, he would try everything he could to get out of the kennel. And I promise I'm going somewhere with this story. He one time ripped open this bed, and on the inside of the bed was this like fluffy cotton foam, not foam, but like cotton stuff. And it was bright green, right? And so here's this, we came home and here's this dog in the kennel and he's laying in this just pile and it like escaped out the side bars and stuff. And so I was like, there's Muppet blood everywhere. It just looks like this like Sesame Street crime scene. It's like just green cotton everywhere. Oh my gosh. He still has it. He still rips things out of it too. He's a funny dog. He's got this anxiety that if you live for a month on, for however long, I don't know, he could be out on the street for a long time. He could have been for sure over just before Christmas they picked him up. But he spent a long time on the streets, and he spent however long he spent Christmas at the shelter this last year. And so he's just fresh out of like the school of hard knocks, we brought this guy out from prison. And so he has a lot of crazy anxieties. And one of the anxieties, it manifests as him ripping the bedding out of his little dog bed. And it's green, and I call it Muppet blood. It looks like just, somebody ripped open Oscar the Grouch or something. Let's see. Parts of an angel costume. That was the green category. The halo, the harp, the robe, and the wings. Kind of stereotypical angel costume. And then these are famous brothers, right? You got the Blood Brothers, the Blues Brothers, Chemical Brothers, and the Marx Brothers. I was going to look that one up. Tell me who, if you'd like. Who are the Marx Brothers? Oh, yeah, duh. I'm an idiot. Yep. The comedy troupe, of course. The Marx Brothers. Harpo Marx, Gummo Marx, and Groucho and Chico Marx. I've heard of Harpo Marx. I know Groucho Marx, right? He's got the, the glasses and the nose. But I'd never heard of Gummo Marx. That's interesting. Yeah, that's funny. And the Chemical Brothers, they are a music group. The Blues Brothers, of course, that was, the power of love. Let's start off at one across here. Beach trees, those are palms. Beach view, view of the ocean. Beach keepsake, a shell. Removed as wrapping paper. They tore open, right? It's past tense, tore. What miso paste is made from, fermented soy. It's got a great umami flavor. That's like the king of umami, right? Put miso in something. Feed fillers. I thought animal feed. Thanks for filling me in. Posts, right? Social media posts. Fill your feed. In fact, you probably clicked on this because it filled your feed this morning. Oh my gosh. How did I not see that? Posts. I thought animal feed, right? You're going to feed an animal. Sound before a blessing. Achoo, right? Somebody sneezes and they say, bless you. That's great. Someone that's leery of something is cautious. The males are the seahorses that give birth. And then a show for Sarah Silverman and Sarah Sherman, for short, SNL, Saturday Night Live. All right, great start and great finish today with the Wordle. I was talking about something. I was yapping as usual. Have my reminder. Where did it go? Right here, to yap proudly. See that right there? Yap proudly. I need to put that on t-shirts or something. That's what I need to do. Yap proudly. Yeah, so as I was yapping, I ended up saying the word phone, and I was like, yeah, we should put the word phone as a start. Lucky me, because it had a P at the beginning. It also had an N somewhere. And then I tried a non-intersecting word that doesn't use any of those first five, which was fruit, and that gave us the I. And then I'm thinking, all right, where could these letters go? I know the N has to go somewhere, and the P and the I are already set. And then I tried a third non-intersecting word, which was sadly. And that gave me all five letters. So I'm mixing letters around in my head, and I thought, you know what? If we put the L there, then we had plain. You got to try it. If it comes in your head, try it. And it was that. Plain. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Okie doke. Okay, today's theme for the Strands puzzle was playing dirty. It's not about cheating at cards. It's about playing in the sandbox. Sandbox toys. So I see shovel, funnel, bucket, rake, a truck, a sand mold, making bricks or seashells or something, and then a sifter. So you get clean, pure sand. Sand in my sandbox has little seeds in it and helicopter pods from the trees and that kind of stuff, sticks. It would be good to bring a sifter into my sandbox. All right, and then letterboxed today. We started with the word reclaim. Actually, we started with the word matched, and then Callie had this great idea to say reclaim, and then it ends in an M, so I added matched. And then the D led to DAP, and then the P for pig. How did they solve it yesterday? Let's look real quick. Workbench and hazy. I don't think I used either of those, even close to either of those letters. Nice. Or those words, I mean. It's funny. Sometimes when I say words, I mean letters. And sometimes when I say letters, I mean words. Thus is life. That is the epitome of dyslexia. Yeah. Anyway, good stuff. Good. These are good puzzles today. I am going to probably pick up my daughter from this this final driving test, and either she passed or she didn't. She has a friend in the neighborhood that I'm actually, I know pretty closely too, and he's a pretty creative driver. He's not the best driver, and he said, "Oh, I passed it fine first time. Just remember to buckle your seatbelt." It's like, okay. So if he passed, then she's probably doing great. He's a good kid, but some people behind the wheel you worry about, especially if they're just a teenager. They're just starting out. So, all right. Well, you guys are great. Thanks for a little bit of chat today. Thanks for helping me remember who the Marx brothers were. Groucho Marx, Harpo Marx. How do I forget that? I don't know. Oh, boy. Yeah. How do we get talking about vampires? I don't know. Robert Pattinson and such. Yeah, anyway, thanks for a great stream. Thanks for, a little bit of fun chat. And, yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.